by them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On play action, Wentz. Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. A screen complete to Crowell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Here's Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and wearing all off-season.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Great 15. Great 15.
Now Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Shoot. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Sunday.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain, 49 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Five.
Throwing is Wentz. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Devlin on the inside give. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 25-yard line.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Cowboys 14, Eagles 3.
Check, 59, 59.
Hey.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". Record.
Hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. Henry. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange some.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
To throw, it's Wentz. It's caught by Crowell. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Great 57.
Hey, alert 3.
Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Down. 18 Gator.
Check.
Stay with your man.
Wide. Get wide.
Now.
The 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. So down inside the 5-yard line, I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
53 is the mark. I'm on. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Go.
55.
5.
He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Wentz going to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Ready, break. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
It's shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Ready, ready.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll find Hall. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
59.
Back to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's get this, get this.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Set, ready. 10-2 saw.
59. Right here, right here. Check, check.
Hey, wahoo. Deep grip, deep grip.
They'll drop to throw. Cooper's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And the Cowboys 1st down.
We go. 18 Gator. Hey, exit.
Jack, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hit it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the ends. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Throwing now is Wentz. That escapes the sack. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Protein spill. Bravo.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Yeah, get it.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 46 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wentz now to throw. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
position, trying to get back into the game. Teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? They'll run with Crowell. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Go. 180.
55. Go.
To throw is Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Around the NFL, third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now a handoff looking right. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Good job.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
Here's a 2nd and 7. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
53, check 53. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
A first down carry by Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 17 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, you don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read, pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead will swell by 1 more. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Wentz. And some space here. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he fumbles hold it. It's on the ground.
The offense retains possession.
Yeah, there we go, baby. Run harder, the game gets longer, baby. That's it. Hey, let's feed him. Let's feed him. Let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 53.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 53's Mike. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
The score, Cowboys 56, Eagles 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 2, Wentz completes it to Aguilar. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
From the 29, Wentz, blitz coming, and down he goes. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
I got you.
Now Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Crowell. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Rip on 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 55 is mine, guys. 55.
You don't know no better. Done.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 27 yards there. A 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Ready.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. And to give this time to the tailback. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got room. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
Go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. Brings up fourth down and goal.
Set, ready, 30 base.
59. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that.